Chidiogo the musician. Tonight the music feels so wrong. I wish that we can lose this crown. Baby, it's better this way. Chidiogo the actress. I've already lost my right kidney. I can't believe you want me to lose the left one, Ben.
Which left one?
You. Chidiogo the doctor, Chidiogo the pilot, Chidiogo the artist, Chidiogo the nurse, Chidiogo the talk show hostess, Chidiogo the biggest YouTuber in Nigeria. Is it too much? What's up guys, it's Rosie here and welcome back to my channel. All those things you heard me say are things I've literally thought or dreamt of being in this life. And you know what? I don't think it's too much. I realize that a lot of us don't know how big God wants us to be. God literally wants you to be the biggest, the wealthiest you can be on this earth. God did not just create this earth for you to just exist and suffer and everything. No. He wants you to be the best version of yourself. He wants you to be the wealthiest version of yourself. He wants you to be someone that always aspires to be better and better and better every day. A lot of us always think very small. A lot of us always think that our dreams are too much. Oh, we want to do a lot of things at once, or we want to be a lot of things as well. But guess what? God is saying to you today that you haven't even scratched the surface. Like, you haven't even scratched the surface of the potential that God has planned for you. I have my Bible here and I'm going to read a verse for you from Exodus. Exodus chapter 14 verse 19 to 20, which says, "The angel of God who had been in front of the army of Israel moved and went to the rear," that's the back. "The pillar of cloud also moved until it was between the Egyptians and the Israelites. The cloud made it dark for the Egyptians, but gave light to the people of Israel, and so the armies could not come near each other all night." When I read this part of the Bible, I just remember when the Israelites, God told Moses that they should pack up their things and move, and they didn't believe it. They're like, us moving from this Egypt, us relocating, how is that going to be possible? Where will we stay? How are we going to survive? There were a lot of questions. In fact, they couldn't even wrap their head around how big of a transformation God wanted to transform their lives. When God is on your side, sometimes you don't even need to fight for yourself. God is going to fight for you. The only thing God is going to do is He's going to lay out the blueprint, say, these are the plans I have for you. And you as a human being, you be like, these plans are too much. How can I be an actress, be a pilot, be a singer, be a this, be a that, be a But God is like, what are you talking about? I'm with you. I am with you, and I'm going to give you that strength. And I'm not just only going to give you that strength, I'm going to give you the protection that you need, that even if your enemies chase you from the front or from the back, they will not see you. They will only see darkness. They will not see your light. When I meditate on the journey between God and the Israelites, I just realized how small they were thinking, like how narrow-minded they were thinking. Because for them to just be comfortable being slaves in Egypt, I'm trying to wrap my head around what they were thinking. Maybe they were thinking, oh, as we are slaves, maybe over time they will come to respect us, or over time they will leave us alone and we want our freedom and blah blah blah. They were not even willing to fight for their freedom. Can you imagine? It just brings me up to another part of the Bible in Genesis, around Genesis chapter 32 verse 22 to 31, the story about Jacob. How Jacob fought the angels. When I just think about it, I'm like, Jacob was so determined. He was willing to fight for the bigger picture, and the Bible said that he fought from dusk till dawn. Do you know what it means? Like, when people are getting 8 hours sleep, you are there wrestling. You're not even wrestling over normal principalities and powers of human beings. You're fighting over heavenly body. But Jacob not grew. Jacob was like, you must give me, like, you must bless me. I can just imagine how big his ambitions was for him to really want to really want to talk it out to that angel because it must have been massive.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
It must have been a dream that was so big and overwhelming, and he was like, I can only do this with God. I can only do this with God's blessing. He was one of the few people in the Bible that dreamt big and realized that the only way he could achieve his big dreams was by sticking with God all year round. I even remember another verse in the Bible when Jacob worked in that field for over 14 years to get the wife that he wanted. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine putting in 14 years work to achieve just one goal. And some of you guys are still feeling like me just taking a step is too much. It's doing what I want to do. Maybe the dreams are too big. Come on, it's not too big. Start now. Start today. Start something now. God is telling you that He is able to fight for you. In fact, He wants more for you. I don't know if any of you have read this book, Think Big by Ben Carson. And it's a very, very inspiring book because you see how his mother wanted more for him and everything, and just his journey with anger and everything. And that's the way God wants more for you. God does not just put you on this earth and want you to suffer and just be wasted. No. That's why He has given you all these resources. Use your brain. Use your brain. Saying think big is something that has stuck with me over the years. Anytime I want to do something and I feel discouraged, I'll be like, think big, think big. But now that I have, built my relationship in God and everything, I've changed that saying from think big to what? You want to know what I've changed it to? You know what I want to change? What I've changed it to? I've changed that saying from think big to think even bigger. Sometimes when I think of how big dreams can be or how overwhelming and a lot they can be, I have this saying that just calms me down, and that saying is, man cannot think of the impossible. All the things you are thinking about is possible. If they were not possible, your brain will not even wrap around it. That's just the truth. You won't even think about it. You won't even be able to comprehend it because it is not something that man is even meant to achieve. Mic drop. Trust me, so far you bring God into everything you want to do, God is going to take it up for you. He's going to fight for you, and it will be a smooth sailing. Oh yes, maybe sometimes it might not be a smooth sailing if you decide to be stubborn like the Israelites. You know how it was between them and God. Like those people were not hearing. Those people were not hearing. I pity Moses that was the messenger. Those people were not hearing shit. They were so stubborn, like goats. Now, before I go, I'm going to leave you with a passage of the Bible from Philippians chapter 4 verse 6. And what does it say? Where is that part? Sorry. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6. What does it say? It says, do not worry about anything, but in all your prayers, ask God for what you need. Always ask Him with a thankful heart, and God's peace, which is beyond human understanding, will keep your hearts and minds safe in union with Jesus Christ. This Bible verse I've just solidified what I'm trying to say, that sometimes we think big, but God is even thinking bigger for us. And when we realize that God is even taking you further than you expected, you might become scared. But you need to realize that the plans God has for you is beyond human understanding. By the time you get to that place God wants you to be, you will just sit down and be like, this is more than I asked for, God. How did you do this? Because this is literally more than I asked for. God is just so sweet. God is just so sweet. But involve Him in everything you do, and I'm sure without any reasonable doubts or without any doubts that you're going to achieve your dreams. I also want you to add in consistency and hard work. Be determined, be hardworking, show up every day, be consistent, show up every day. It doesn't have to be the same amount that you showed up yesterday. It doesn't have to be so big like you showed up yesterday. You can show up in bits and pieces, and rest assured that all those things are going to build up to produce the results that you and even God wants for you. You just have to be willing to put in the work. You just have to start putting in the work, and not just about putting in the work, put in the work now. Okay, forget about what anybody is going to say, forget about people that are going to laugh at you, people that are going to mock you, people that might not even understand what you're doing. Because one thing about you building your dreams, people will not understand what you are doing. And I know I say this in almost all my videos. I know that at this point I sound like a broken record, but the truth is that people will not understand your dreams. It's you and God that are working this thing out. Even sometimes your parents will not understand your dreams, and that's just the truth. And that's just the truth. But your success will speak for you. And the only way you can really achieve that success that you want is by adding God. Because when God comes into the picture, what you want becomes even bigger. What you want becomes even mightier. And rest assured that He's going to take you to places that are even beyond your human understanding. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe. We are now doing Motivation Monday and Shenanigans Saturday. I don't know, because you guys can be seeing a lot of funny content on this channel. Monday I might show up and I'm all serious, and then Saturdays I might show up and it's all fun. If you have not watched the last video I dropped, that's my reaction video to Drama Box ad, you should check out that video. Check out that video. It is so funny, and I had so much fun filming that for you as well. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and bye.